Hello, listeners. Before we begin this week's episode, we have a special announcement to make. Another brave soul has signed up to become an interdimensional traveler. So welcome to the endless expansion of reality, and a big thank you to our newest Patreon member, Jessica H. Your contribution means the world to us. And if any of our other listeners would like to sign up to become an interdimensional traveler, visit our Patreon page and pledge your support for only $2 per month. You will receive hidden transmissions from alternate realities where the possibilities are endless. Now, on to this week's research file. There is a long-standing theory that dreams are a gateway to our alternate selves. But given the dreams that I have, I do hope that this isn't the case. And I pity those other versions of myself who have to endure the hell that my mind manifests. But what if this theory is true? And what if you travel in your dream but couldn't get back? Well, let's find out in this week's episode, The Dreamwalker. Strap in tight, the trials are about to begin.
Sleep came like it always did, without warning and without effort. One moment, I was laying in bed, staring up, watching the fan spin at warp speed, casting fast shadows along the popcorn ceiling, each one looking like tiny dancers, jumping and spinning in quick succession of one another. I close my eyes as the weight of the day presses against my chest, feeling like a boulder suffocating the life out of me slowly. Bills were piling up, and the bank's foreclosure letter on the house was ever present within my mind. It wasn't fair. I did everything I was supposed to do. I busted my ass daily to ensure that my family was fed, clothed, and safe. But it just wasn't enough. I was failing, and fast. I take a deep breath, slipping from the madness of reality and dipping my feet into the psychedelic abyss of dreams. I have always been able to fall asleep quickly. My wife would tell you that it was instantaneous. Like two entangled particles of opposite polarity, I could seamlessly jump from one existence to another. She tells me it's a gift, given that she struggles with insomnia. My ability to pass out was the yin to her yang, and secretly, she loathed me for it. She would never tell me that, but I see it when she relays her night's attempt to fall asleep. It's in her eyes, that distant look that pierces right through me, and she knows I can't help it. It all just happens. My body just knows when it is time and shuts down for a reboot. But that isn't the only gift with dreams that I have. I'm able to actually control them. Well, I can control myself, and sometimes my situation or surroundings. I think it's called lucid dreaming or astral projection. Yeah, that's it. And it's strange when it happens, almost as if I am living a double life. But that can't be the case now, can it? Because each dream I have is different, and unless I was some wild super being, sending my consciousness throughout the cosmos and through multiple dimensions, I can only assume that what I do is actually unremarkable, just like me in the realm of awakening. Then again, There are those dreams, the ones that come frequently and are always the same. No matter what I do when these dreams occur, I cannot change a damn thing, almost as if they were predestined and mapped out to end the same way every goddamn time. And every night that I fall asleep, I plea in silence for those dreams not to occur. But tonight, my pleas are not met with favor, and I am once again thrust into the nightmare of oblivion. It always begins with the sensation of rapid and directionless movement. Not like floating or falling, but more like being carted through higher dimensions. The momental force applied on my body, stretching me in every direction, filling the space around me. My stomach churns and bubbles as the atmospheric pressure approaches zero. My nerve endings are on fire, feeling like the birth of a billion stars, jolting my body every second. My DNA unravels, and I can see it in front of me like strands of hair, floating within the ether. And like the birth of the cosmos, my consciousness explodes in hot, blinding light, and I wake on my back, staring up at the gray sky that loomed above. Translucent yellow clouds quickly swirl and pass by me, their distance much further than that of my reality.
Dad?
The voice was soft and hesitant, cutting through my mental haze like a knife. No, he shouldn't be here. Never here. I rise to my elbows, every muscle screaming as I do so. My heart accelerating, my eyes darting every which way, and my breathing coming in quick, erratic bursts. The landscape before me is familiar, but nothing is the same. Trees grew at odd angles, some even sprouting down through cliff faces, as if reaching for a footing on the ground. The grass, devoid of all color, swayed as a light breeze swept by, bringing with it the smell of something sweet and decaying. But he was nowhere to be seen. This had to be some sort of auditory hallucination. It's not uncommon and can happen when I travel.
Dad, you didn't hug me when you left.
This time his voice coming from behind me. It was close, like a whisper in my ear. I could feel his breath on the back of my neck, and I placed my hand there to calm the sensation. I turned my head in that direction, but he wasn't there. He was a specter of this dimension, a ghost of my true reality, and that thought put me at ease, knowing that he would never be subject to this gift. My heart slows its racer's pace within my chest, and my breathing becomes normal. I feel the adrenaline dump take its effect on my body as I involuntarily begin to twitch. I focus my mind, projecting the image of healing and of strength, and I close my eyes. But something wasn't right. The world erupts around me, flame and ash bursting through the ground, meeting the yellow clouds above and setting them aflame in a magnificent display of color. I had to leave. I had to jump. I reach out within my mind, my consciousness sprinting through an endless mist. I pass by thousands of doors, all of which rattle and creak under the weight of whatever was behind them. I see a small man in the distance, standing motionless, his shoulders slack and arms hanging limply to his sides. The smile he adorned did not match the dead look in his eyes. The look of primal hunger and need for absolute destruction. I alter my consciousness's path, veering to the right hard, and passing through a tall, lanky man in an electric blue suit. His body shivers as he turns and reaches out to stop me. I feel his fingers slide down my back like hot coals, and I would scream if I had the ability to do so. My pace quickens as I see a door in the distance, its rich mahogany shining and glistening from whatever light this mist created. And I knew that this door was my escape, my path towards salvation. Without saying a word, I ask the door to open, and it obeys. I pass pass through and materialize once again. Sprinting down a wooded path, the hot air passing through my hair, the sweat instantaneously dripping from my brow.
Dad, I can't find you. Where did you go? I miss you, and I need you here.
The sadness in my son's voice caused my stride to falter, and I tumbled to the ground, flipping head over heel and sliding to a stop. I roll to my back and cry up to the sky. Wake up! God damn it! Wake up! My boy needed me, and I couldn't find my way home. The sound of crunching dirt and the whinny of a horse pulls me from my sorrow. The shadow of a figure pulls me to my feet, and I feel the harsh burlap fibers scratch my face as the world around me grows dark. The sounds of the forest that once surrounded me, muting as if I were wearing earmuffs. A coarse, fibrous material burns at my wrists as my arms are twisted behind my back. I shut my eyes and push my consciousness to leave this place, to venture back out into the mist and find the door that brings me home again. But nothing happens. I try to manifest strength, to break free from my capture and make a run for it. But again, nothing happens. I am bound. I am powerless. I am defeated. Three days pass, or what I would assume 3 days to be, come and go. All the while, this sack is still over my head, suffocating me slowly, draining the life from me. I know that I am in some sort of facility, possibly even a jail cell. I recall the faint sound of metal bars closing the day this all went down, and I remember being stripped bare, a rope pulled around my throat, cinching around the sack. My arms splayed out on either side of me, still bound and held taut. The liquid they washed me with burned hot, almost as if it were thick, scalding water, peeling away my epidermis, and the smell, like cooking meat and floor cleaner. I did what I could, not to scream, not to make a noise, but the pain was overwhelming, driving me to madness. I let out one single cry of agony, and my world went black.
Dad, where are you?
I'm right here, son.
I can't find you. I've been trying, but I can't.
I am here, God damn it. I am here. I'm not sure what that dream means, if you can even call it a dream. I am in this predicament now due to falling asleep. So what would that be called? A dream within a dream. What am I doing on the other side of this? Am I in a coma? Or has any time passed at all? And my boy, how and why was he searching for me? Did he have this gift too? I pray that he doesn't, especially if it brings him to this nightmare I am in now. I hear the cell door open and footsteps approach me. I feel the cylindrical hose press up against my chin as it is placed underneath this bag on my head. It snakes its way up and around to my mouth. A hand is suddenly placed over my nose, pinching down hard and cutting off my ability to breathe. I can't help it. My mouth opens, and the tube is forcefully shoved down my throat, past my airways, and embedded within my esophagus. I struggle at first, trying to move my head back and forth as the tube was placed in. But by the time it scraped my uvula and took a hard turn down the back of my tongue, all the fight in me was gone. I felt the hot, thick liquid as it pumped from the hose that now felt as if it were sitting right above my heart. Tears fell from my face, and I once again tried to project my consciousness outwards. And again, I was unable to do so. My feet began to kick and slide across the floor as I fought back the urge to vomit. Still, the hose pumped more and more of the liquid into me. I strained at the binding around my wrists, beginning to twist and turn them as hard as I could, trying my damnedest to break free from this torture. But it was no use. In one rapid movement, I feel the hose be ripped violently from my throat, wreaking havoc on my system as the unrounded end scraped at my insides. My head flies back as I let out what sounds like a death rattle. The footsteps retreat from the room, and the metal doors close.
Dad, I think I know where you are. I think I've finally found you. But I can't get to you.
Son, how did you find me? Where are you? And why do you sound so grown?
There isn't time for this. You passed through the void. You projected your consciousness too far.
The void?
Yes. Now listen to me, and listen to me carefully. You have to escape there. You have to get back to us. There are things happening here. Our reality is waking, and with it the void comes.
I will break free. I will find you, my boy. It's been 10 years since that last dream, and ever since then, my ability to dreamwalk has left me. Now my days are filled with moments of hazy light and pitch darkness, all seen from what is now my reality behind this sack. I fear that I have gone crazy, that my mind or consciousness has been altered in some way, and I can hear the others like me who ventured too far within the mist and ended up in this prison. They cry out in pain when they are sterilized. They struggle and fight when it is feeding time. And at night they cry out for loved ones or an end to this madness. But time makes their cries fade. They come to expect feeding time, to enjoy it, to have some form of interaction outside of this confinement. And then all that joy dissipates like dust in the wind as the years go on, and they begin to realize that they are nothing more than husks of consciousness, forever stuck and forever dying within the confines of this hell. And yes, this is hell. This is the retribution brought upon those who venture too far, for those who do not abide by the unwritten laws that us mere mortals could never understand. It is unfair, so goddamn unfair. 20 more years pass, and I have all but forgotten the sound of my son's voice. I feel my consciousness getting weaker with every day that passes by. Those who watch even stopped feeding me. My last meal was given to me nearly a week ago. Times of darkness come more frequently now, and all I can do is just wait for me to fade away into nothing. It's been 2 weeks now. No food, no interaction, nothing. More and more moments of darkness occur, and for the first time in years, I cry. The tear making its way down my cheek and rolling under the 30 years of beard growth. I feel that my time has come. My breaths become harder, and I feel my body begin to slump. My eyesight fading and flickering between light and dark. And then it finally happens.
Dad, I finally found you.